Hello everyone and welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion for the Sprint Season 1. This is round 5 from Road Atlanta. My name is Dom and joining me in the commentary box once again is Jules. Jules, how are you?
Good, thanks. Yeah, looking forward to this one. Should be good. Normally we get good racing at Road Atlanta.
Yeah, and it's one of the, it's the second wet and wild format of the 3 sprint race format, last seen at Brands Hatch, and that was a feisty round.
Oh, is it 3, is it? Okay, 3 races. Looking forward to that then.
Yeah, absolutely. So first race will be set from a tweaked reverse championship grid order. We're not going to reverse the entire championship, that would be bedlam. I think it was drawn at position 8 for this first race from memory. I'm sure we'll see that at some point before the races begin. And then race 2 will be set from qualifying, and race 3 a reverse grid from the results of race 2. So plenty of administrative headaches going on. Any predictions for this one, Jules?
The usual suspects, I imagine, at the front. Well, we'll see. I guess we need to see the grid of who's actually towing up today.
Yeah, reduced grid. There's some football on or something. I'm not entirely sure what that's all about. It's like race is life, but
it's all forgotten.
Yeah. Here's how the points will line up for the 3 races. So these points are available for each of the races, of course, with the exception of the pole position, which is only available for the one qualifying session. But fastest lap available for each of the races, of course, and the points, as you can see on the screen, for the 25 top finishing positions. And I think we've got slightly fewer than 25 on the grid, so it'll be points for everyone today.
That's nice. Everyone gets points. No one feels left out.
You get a prize, and you get a prize, and you get a prize, and when you add all the prizes up, here's how the standings are looking in the Drivers' Championship. So we've got Ward at the front from Parker and Hansvik shooting up the order after those good races there at Okayama. John Brown and Mike Murphy leading the way in silver there as we head to further down the grid. I see Ben Shelcraft second in silver, Mark Innes third in silver, and Gavin Kelly leading the way in bronze, 14th overall with 331. And we'll keep waiting on the scrolling to see where his nearest rival is, but a stonking season for Kelly so far.
Yep, going well. Russell Bright there hasn't been around for a bit. Okay, nope, we still got more silver guys. There's no bronze yet.
Yeah, Bright been struggling with a bit of health this season, hasn't he? So unfortunately not seeing him on the grid as much. So Russell, hope you continue to improve and we see you again soon. Coming to a grid near you. There is second place in bronze, Rich Meesters. Absolutely. So a good 200 points down, I think, was Kelly on 300 something. So yeah, Rich has got some ground to make up, but there are plenty of points on offer throughout the season, so it's definitely doable. We're not at the halfway point yet, so
that's right. And
if Kelly can build that lead in the first half, then Meesters can catch it up in the second half.
He can, and Kelly isn't racing tonight, so
yeah, absolutely. So drop rounds, of course, are in effect in this championship. We get the 7 out of 10 strongest rounds, so Kelly will be scoring 0. That'll go straight into his drop score. So yeah, good chance for Meesters to catch up some of that lead if he is indeed himself racing tonight.
Wow, still going. 50 drivers.
Yeah, we've had a good turnout so far this season. A lot of names, a lot of new names to the grid this season as well as the old faithful. Greening down towards the bottom there.
Greening
came and did half of Nürburgring?
Yeah, something like that.
So 50 drives on the grid, and here is how it translates into team points. I'll let you read through those. Any noticeable or notable teams there for you, Jules?
Oh, that CXW Racing is rebranding to Nebulama. Obviously in a fight with SRL and Stupidaguri there. So yeah, we're getting a couple more Llama teams on the grid. Llamageddon, Nebulama joining the Formulama, just to make it more complicated.
And is that with immediate effect as opposed to carrying into next season?
There's the rename is taking effect of CXW into Nebulama, and then there will be the forming of the Llamageddon team with, I believe, Zach and Mark Kelly leaving 2 guys 1 car and joining up Zach in the Llamageddon team.
Excellent.
Just
so more
something
admin,
else to get used to.
Admin.
Yep, more admin.
Yeah.
And more.
I'm sure we managed to call that wrong many times.
And more liveries. Well, I suppose that's the good thing. And you can see that is the Llamageddon livery for Zachary there.
Absolutely, and it is Zach then.
Yes, Zach is on pole.
Indeed, so...
Wow.
Go on, I'll let you send it.
I was going to say Brown, Parker, Ward, all of the title rivals, all from 5th to 7th there. Malarin, the Swedish assassin, in 9th, so they better be careful.
Noted down as Swiss though, I see there, which is great.
Then there's Henry Shepherd, who is now one guy, one car, I guess.
Back to one guy, one car, as he started the season before he picked up Zach.
Yes.
Here we go then. Cars are on the grid. It's coffee cups down. Round 5. Ding, 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 ding. It's a long hold for the 14 cars as they get away. Art Road Atlanta here, and it's a stonking start for Zach. He's converted that pole position into a lead as they head towards T1. They're fanning out, 3 space for 4 wide across the track. But it looks like everyone's behaving themselves pretty well as they head up the hill towards
Zach's wide.
Turn 2. He's off the grass, gets it back on track safely enough. There's a bit of a shoulder badge there. There's one gone spinning. I think that was Hans.
Oh, no more.
Oh, they've all gone. It's bowling.
Pandemonium.
Absolute bedlam coming out of it. Is that counted as turn 3? It's turn 2 in my mind. It's the second real corner, and Zach's still got the lead.
I was going to say, how is he still in the lead?
Parker's got a bloody nose. He's side by side with Deck Crowther as they head down towards the double right-hander at the bottom of the hill. The 3 wide as it's Ward trying to capitalise on top of the shenanigans from the opening corners there.
Yeah, I didn't even see how Dom got that bloody nose. But yeah, there's a lot of cars off the track, and that let Zach off really. Otherwise, I don't think he would have been leading still.
No, it'd have plummeted like a stone. But he's got Malarin all over the back of him, so that's instantly going to be a race-long pressure for him. Let's see if not, how long he can hold Tio back for. John Brown has towed, so out of a really strong championship position. In regards to the damage on Parker, I think it was Parker that hit Brown in the end as Brown speared across the track. So yeah, 2 of the 3 leading title contenders there are either damaged or are damaged in some way or another. And Ward heaping on the pressure onto Parker in P3 there. We've got Shepherd all over the back of Maxwell, so Shepherd's found some good pace here, and we would look at the replay bottom left. Oh, talk us through that, Jules. What do you think?
It's just like a little bit
still
there.
Going.
Yeah, oh no, it's unfortunate. Looks like they're both in the middle of the track, and they just both wanted the same piece of track there. And then that started like a snowball effect.
Yeah, it was weird from the overhead there. It sort of looked more on Hansvik to me than from the front on shot, sort of like he drifted a little bit. I mean, not in a really aggressive way, but just sort of John was taking round the corner and Hansvik just drifted a little bit, and then iRacing ping pong started happening, and Parker's contact into Brown was quite significant. I don't know if he thought the coast was clear and then suddenly a car leapt out of nowhere or what, with his front end certainly paying the price for it right now, with Ward absolutely up his exhaust pipes. Yeah,
and they're both dropping off Malarin. Malarin must have had the C's part for him there, as he's made his way up from, was it 9th into 2nd in the first lap?
Yeah, 8th I think it was. Maybe it was 9th actually. I think it was Maxwell 8th. And apologies. So yeah, he's had a stonking first round. Speaking of 9th place, Chris White the only silver in the race. So good work, Chris, on the fastest lap, pole position, and wins for the relevant races tonight. As Ward gets that move on Parker, it doesn't look like much of a fight going on.
Yeah, looks like he's down on top speed.
Yeah, 100%. It's never ideal when you can see your own bonnet from the driving position, which I imagine is the case on the front of that Audi there.
Sat with the fastest lap, and Malarin not able to top it. Everybody else in the 30s. So wow.
We saw the Civics, of course, get the boost from last round at Okayama, so obviously that's still carrying in. Very nimble little creatures now, and the Audis, when they used to pull in a straight line, it doesn't seem to be making up the same sort of gains as it used to do. So yeah, we'll see what Tio can do to Zach's lead throughout the rest of this one.
Yep. Parker hanging on at the moment in the twisty bits to Ward. He's going to want to keep that slipstream, keep him safe from Maxwell, Shepherd, Crowder and Meesters.
I guess a bit of that slipstream will help sort of negate the effects of that un-aero effective nose.
Yeah, he's going to want to stay right in his wheel tracks, isn't he?
Yeah, you'd almost have to think he wouldn't want to go for, like, the best move is down the back straight, right? Big straight line, but I feel like as soon as he pulls out the slipstream, he'll just stop.
Yeah, just get backwards.
Damage limitation, maybe, as we see. Speaking of damage, just a little kiss in the end. In the bottom left, that was Derek Crowell, I think, off the back of Shepherd, wasn't it? As you see them now side by side down the back straight.
Indeed.
So we'll be fighting for Maxwell's toe ahead. Which toe do you think they're going to go for? Big toe? Little toe?
Oh, I think they're going to go side by side all through this complex.
Yeah, Misa's got a great run on deck there. Maybe getting a nose up the inside. Yeah, he's got overlap, giving each other loads of room. I think Deck's going to be able to cut back across.
Yeah,
he is. And we've got Chris White doing some grass tracking up the inside there as well. So yeah, feisty in the mid pack here.
Chris going for it into 2-1. Nope, drops back, safe. Still got 10 minutes of this race left.
Why do I sound surprised about feisty in the mid pack? It's always feisty in the mid pack. It's feisty everywhere.
It is indeed. It's a shame there's only 14 cars, but you know, damn football wouldn't change the schedule.
Yeah, indeed. And only sort of, well, 12 cars in the pack. You can see on the track map there, there's Stevenson off the back, and John Brown's actually close to going a lap down. Misas did get slow down there. He's very slow down the S's and is wide again down at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, struggling. Just needs to calm down, cool his tyres down. Obviously, this is 2 bronze drivers in this race, so it's a good time to get some points on Kelly. But Miles currently leading bronze.
Yeah, I feel like we've not seen much of Philip this season. He was at round 1, wasn't he? Taking the mick out of Mike Murphy for taking a win despite not being part of the Minardi squad for this season. So yeah, Philip, as you say, leading the way at the moment. But yeah, those S's are so difficult, aren't they? If you get offline and get a slowdown, or yeah, just generally get off the line, it just knocks you so out of rhythm. Just hemorrhage time going down the hill. Got Deck creeping up the back of Shepherd again. We saw them going side by side down the back straight last lap, but there was no move made in the end, and Chris White did indeed get past Meisters, as Meisters dropped both geographically and positionally as he headed down the S's last lap.
It's like Ward is edging away from Parker. He's going to lose that toe if he's not careful.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not kept an eye on the gap to Maxwell as well. Is Maxwell creeping up?
Yeah, it's just up under a second.
Consistent? So Maxwell pulling away from Shepherd then as well as Shepherd starts to feel that pressure from Deck behind. And Malarin just dipped into the orange numbers as well. I just noticed on the back of Leibor, so that denotes closer to the back of that car than half a second. So yeah, Malarin seems to either just be creeping closer or just be happy to maintain the gap at this point. Hanswick on his revival is also within half a second of Philip Miles ahead. Philip has just gone off the road, in fact, just a little bit wide coming out of the corner. Hanswick makes that move, so it's now going to be a bronze battle on track then, because Mises is right in the slipstream of Philip as well. Philip will be all over the back of Hanswick trying to get that toe back from him and try and limit the damage, try and defend from Rich behind.
It's very close to the front as well now. They're coming out of the last corner onto the straight, pit straight. A new fastest lap from Lauren.
For Chur as well, absolutely. So put your Swedish or Swiss head for this race on. You're Chur, what are you going to do? Are you going to wait till the last lap, or are you going to get it done as soon as you can? Or are you going to run slightly wide at T1 and almost end up in the weeds?
Well, it's Chur. He's either going to be amazing or terrible, and he's going to overtake the first opportunity he gets. I would imagine. He's not one for waiting.
Or backing down. I seem to remember spending many a lap watching him be begged, pleaded with to slow down at Le Mans. Please.
Yeah, no, he doesn't listen. He's always max attack. But that's cost him here, as he's lost a few tenths, with a few trips off. As looks like Meisters has caught up with Miles because of that issue we had. And
yeah, absolutely.
Battling now for the win in bronze.
And Hanswick is all over the back of Chris White as well. Again, you can see some more orange numbers, and that's Deck as well, back on the back of Shepherd to try again. So we've seen a couple of times moves about to be made. We've seen Malarin on Leibold and Deck on the back of Shepherd, but then actually when it comes to the side-by-side moment, or getting right up the back of them, actually there's a mistake or a loss of momentum, and then they drop back again. So let's see how Deck can get on this time as they head towards the chicane, which for whatever reason is 10A and 10B as opposed to being 10 and 11.
Choosing just to follow him. Malarin just a few tenths in that last lap. And Brown is lapping comparable laps, obviously, but nearly a lap down.
Yeah, so presumably did the tow, got the fast repair, got a fresh new car, and then he's ready and raring to go. I mean, I guess he can just go full attack because he's already in last. It doesn't matter if he bins it again. He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
might as well at least try for fastest lap, I guess. Parker chomps some curb. The and Richard's got snapper on.
Really
save it, but that's off track, and that'll be a slowdown as he rejoins. So last of the, sort of the main pack of runners, I guess, like we said about Stevenson being right off the back, and a lonely race for him.
I wonder if they're going to catch Brown here.
Yeah, I mean, Brown, obviously we've seen him every time he turns up, he's pretty much the fastest guy, so you'd expect, especially with that ability to throw caution to the wind, you kind of expect him just to pull away, maybe little by little at least. But yeah, it's the first time at least I've noticed him being in the camera shot, so maybe that gap is actually closing rather than extending. To keep an eye on it, it's at 39.4 at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, he's very rapid, so, I mean, if they do catch him, it's going to be interesting getting past him. He doesn't have to immediately jump out of the way.
No, absolutely. Although I guess you could argue, what would be the point? Like he's not going to catch up the gap to Stevenson, right? So
true.
He's
he might be wanting to fight.
Yeah, maybe he wants to get back in the fight that he maybe feels like he should have been a part of.
So Parker has lost that toe probably, but he's still got a second to Maxwell, so damage isn't affecting him that much. It's keeping Maxwell at bay.
Keep an eye on the lap time to see just how far he's just lost.
Yeah, I was going to say, he must have made a mistake there, as he just lost 4 tenths.
That puts Maxwell straight back into the slipstream.
Right, so Parker's probably going to struggle now, as Maxwell's going to sit in his tyre tracks, and someone's got a cone there.
Inherited cone, yeah.
Oh,
you see what we're going. Oh, look at the momentum carried by Hansvik. Is that what it was? A little mistake?
Yeah, it looked like, and there goes the cone. Deposited in the middle of the straight.
Just thought somehow then Hansvik had just carried ungodly momentum so through T5 and just done what a move around the outside. But yeah, little mistake for Dexys. Dropped off the back of Shepherd, so Shepherd lives to fight yet another day. And scamper away. It's Civic on Civic this time, so we'll see how these two fare up.
Yeah, Shepherd doing well here. Stevenson just flashed red, but he's half a minute behind Meesters. And yeah, Maxwell closing up on Parker now.
Yeah, right in striking distance now, and the gap to Brown from the leader is pretty consistent, so it's still about sort of 39.2/3/4, which is as it was when we pulled it out last lap.
Yeah, and Zach has gapped Malarin. Malarin must have had a scruffy lap there. He is now nearly 2 seconds down.
Yeah, that's a big gap. That's oh no, that's still 3 seconds back forward, isn't it? That isn't overall time to leader. Yeah,
that's overall. Per car.
So yeah, that sort of screams slowdown to me to have suddenly lost that amount of time.
Well, I mean, that's what was happening at the 24 hours. Not slowdowns, but incident points. And occasional spins. Kept telling him, it's like, it's no use you being half a second quicker if you lose 3 seconds every 2 laps.
Do you think he'll ever be forgiven, or is he going to wear this for a while?
He'll endure this for a while. I mean, he's probably a big reason that we got a podium.
Yes.
But yeah, he only knows flat out.
Is starting to creep that gap down a little bit as well, so yeah, flat out does tend to work for him oftentimes. So Meesters has got a car between himself and Philip Miles and a few seconds, so
fastest lap for Zach. I think he's got this in the bag, barring any hardware failures or crashes.
Well, here's the commentator. You're welcome, Zach. See you in the pits in just a second.
Hansvik is all over Shepherd here.
Absolutely all over. That's the smallest gap I remember seeing on the standings for this entire race so far.
It's weaving this way and that way, looking. Where can he get past?
Just yeah, just thinking Philip Miles all over the back of Chris White as well. So not for in-class position, but bragging rights definitely, and of course overall points for the championship.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he means he gets more points, and Chris gets less if he can get past. Oh,
how did Philip end up in bronze?
I forget.
Quick maths. That's why. It was, of course, well crafted and well calculated.
That's what we're sticking to.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, it's made good splits. It's made comparable splits, but I think, in my mind at least, I'd put Chris and Philip in the same kind of range as is evidenced by the positions on track, I guess, isn't it? But
yeah,
a few people have fallen either side of those split lines.
And here we go.
But not to worry about that, because here is Zach Liebold. This must be his first win, right? In the LOA.
Yeah, and
that's John Brown. We're used to seeing him across the line first, but here comes Zach Liebold, flashing his lights as he crosses the line. A great win for Zach. Congratulations to
I decided the 4X wasn't worth it. Good job, dude.
You're in second place. It's Ward in third. Parker somehow holding on by the skin of his teeth by less than 0.2 of a second from Maxwell. And it's Hansvik who, of course, went spinning at the start.
Yeah, good one, Amy.
Shepherd Crowther, Chris White takes the, desperate competition today. You know, it was a close fight for him. And then it's Philip Miles taking the bronze victory. Yet to see who got the fastest lap between those two. But here's how they landed with points attached. Zach, of course, taking the fastest lap as well. Moment of the race in that one?
Well, probably the most memorable bit was the big crash at the start, but there were some good fights as well.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a while since we've seen a good bowling incident in the league. So we're probably overdue one. That was pretty good, pretty up there. Yeah, standings board scrolls on, but not quite as many names as normal to read through. See the bottom half, and John Brown still picks up 24 points towards his title campaign, even with that last place out of 14. So yeah, well worth him and Neil continuing. I guess all John needed was one car to fall off the track to get those extra points. Didn't happen. Here is the results from qualifying then. So this is how they'll line up for the second race. So it's Brown from Parker, Ward from Hansvik. All the familiar names again towards the front. It's Maxwell. Liebold couldn't convert that race one pace into a better qualifying result. He leads from Stevenson, and it's Meester's taking the bronze pole. Shepherd, Malarin still Swiss for this one. And then Derek Crowther. They'll be disappointed, I think, with Deck all the way down there. Chris White taking silver from, again, the tight competition. Philip Miles a couple of positions behind Rich for the battle for bronze. David Williams rounding us out. Only second down as well, which I think is a pretty good showing. I mean, obviously, it's not a massive lap, is it? But that's still a good percentage, I'd say.
Yeah, no, close grid. I was going to say, what is that livery on that Nebulama and Lamageddon thing? But yes, here we go again. Brown going to be hoping for a better start. He's going to be hoping for a clean first lap.
Yeah, maybe everyone will just be that little bit more sort of cautious going up the hill this time. Give each other a little bit more space. Looks like they're only 2 wide this time as opposed to forcing 3. In fact, they're almost single file going up the hill. So yeah, they're definitely a bit more timid this time around. So it's, again, the Championship 3. It's Brown from Parker from Ward. Heading down the hill for the first time, down through the S's. I've not seen anyone light up yellow, so everyone stayed on track, which is great. And that's Liebold almost pushing Maxwell through the S's. Got a little bit out of line, and yeah, he's going to run wide, I think, at the bottom of the hill. So Liebold does flash up, in fact, to have gone off track.
Yep, there he is, and rejoining.
Momentum lost. And is that Shepherd going to get past him as well? Let's say you might have left a teammate. Well, there you go. I'll take the position from you then.
Well, he got a bit further than this race, going off track than he did last race. But he was at least still leading in the first race. And obviously Brown has survived longer as well, virtue of being at the front of the grid and getting away with no one hitting him.
Yep. And Parker's not got a bloody nose.
So he's just about holding off Ward. Ward's got a pretty good slipstream here. Parker defends. Absolutely. And we all follow through the chicane one by one.
Ooh, sounds messy. Up over the rise then and back down the hill to T11.
Yeah.
Across the line to complete the first lap. So pretty much as they got off the line, there's a couple of movers and shakers, but for the most part I think stayed as they were there, didn't they? So
yeah, they have. Slight the 4 at the front have broken away. Maxwell trying to get back on terms with them. Let's see if they can do that.
Yeah, Malaren a lot further down after qualifying than you might have expected after... Well, we said the seas parted for him after the top of the hill in the first race, but he had the pace as well, so surprising to see him that bit further down the grid from qualifying, but I'm sure he'll be making up positions throughout the race.
I think he's a bit tired from last season and getting all those titles.
Yeah, true. I mean, the burden of carrying all those trophies and the wins and everything.
He's got all those 5 titles in his car.
Yeah. Make him ache, wouldn't it?
Indeed. As
them
Maxwell really trying to hold off Stevenson here, and that's allowing the front 4 to scamper away.
Kept mega momentum around the outside there, though. It turned 7.
Yeah, I thought that move was done, to be honest, but he has held him off.
I think it's slightly off camber, that corner as well, isn't it? So you'd have thought being on top of the apex like Stevenson was, that it had just been game, set and match. But no, it's Maxwell holds on, that Audi power pulls down the straight yet again, and it's as they were. We've got Shepherd and Liebold fighting again down into 10A and 10B. There's a good amount of curb taken for Shepherd there. That might be a slowdown. We might have got away with it. It doesn't instantly pull over and slow down, so maybe he did get lucky. And here comes Malari.
Having a look, but again, has to back out.
Down to T1 yet again. There was a fastest lap for John Brown lit up. It was a 29 something. I didn't catch all the numbers as we were looking at Chua's move there. And Chua's lost a lot of momentum there from that half a look, so he's under pressure now from Deck again, with Rich all over the back of Deck as well. So yeah, great running for Rich so far. He wasn't caught up in that incident, was he, in race 1? I don't remember seeing him.
I forget, but he did have some issues that dropped him back the pack, but he's qualified well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody's all just in one long snake still, so it's good to see. We've got like maybe 2 distinct groups. Maybe 3.
Yeah, these leading 4 sort of trying to make a Tour de France style breakaway, aren't they? Just keeping it flat, staying in line and trying to build a bit of a gap. But yeah, I think there's that just sort of Williams and White hanging off the back. I wonder what's happened to White in this race, because we saw him fighting in the first race and he had good pace, so it's surprising to see him down at the back there.
Yeah, although he may not be at the back in a second, as he's less than a 10th behind Williams.
Yeah, absolutely down to 500ths, 200ths. Gone back up again, that must be the braking zone. And there's someone dropping down the order there. There's tyre tracks in the grass. We've got Maxwell leading Stevenson down the hill. That's still as they were, isn't it? Where's Malaren? Still as it was.
The crowd that just
left.
took Malaren, so this will be a replay of why.
Ah, yeah. So Malaren outbreaks himself, and then I imagine that would be a horrendous slowdown. Oh, I thought we'd seen that show before. That was Hansvik getting a shoulder barge again. That was almost a repeat of race 1 at the top of the hill there, but everyone survives this time. So yeah, Hansvik's showing the nose to Ward, saying, I might have a bit of pace on you here, mate. Let's see what happens if I stick my nose in here. But in the end, they do stay in line. But yeah, just knocking on the door of Ward there.
Now the top 2 trying to make a break as Ward and Hansvik fight.
And it's sort of such a momentum car, isn't it? Like you get off your rhythm at all, especially at a track like this where
it's a very
in
momentum
that section
track as well.
especially. So yeah, combined together, and that's almost that sort of biblical 1 second window broken. The getting out slipstream. It's just up to 9/10. It's close, and Parker's actually pulling on Brown a little bit there, as we see Shaw and Meesters side by side. The cameraman doesn't know where to look. We've got Stevenson looking. Oh, that's a big dive to the inside. Does he get it stopped? He does. But Maxwell carries great speed around the outside.
Thankfully thought better of it, but that's, as you said, killed his momentum, and that's now Shepherd on the attack.
Yeah, well, Shepherd got parked on 10A there, or sorry, on the exit of 10B. Stevenson was on such a narrow line that as Shepherd carried all the momentum, but then everyone just had to stop because there was a Stevenson part in the way. You can see how close Shepherd is now to that rear wing, almost pushing him around T1 as they head up the hill. And it's a nice little jink from Shepherd. I thought he had the overlap then, but yeah, somehow Stevenson carries that speed. Chris White is indeed up to 13th, and everyone stays as they were.
I mean, one mistake and you're going to lose places, so it's on a knife edge. Even if the positions aren't changes, as Stevenson goes wide, manages to keep the foot in though.
Do you think they're pushing?
They're flat out, all of them. I mean, Malaren's just swallowing them in 10th, They're all going for it.
100%. This, yeah, so frantic racing. The lack of cars on the grid, they're making up for it by who we do have today. Look at the just absolute plethora of colour on the standings board there from the midfield.
Indeed.
Both ways. Got so many sub half a second windows between the guys here as they head down to 10A and 10B yet again. Can anyone make the slipstream work for them? Ward has dropped maybe just slightly out slipstream, but Hansvik can't make anything of it. A little bit slower through the chicane there for Ward, so again Hansvik just pulls that a little bit closer. 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 4 tenths in 7th, 8th, 9th there, and here they are on screen, so this is getting very busy.
Yeah.
Leebold's got a great run.
I was going to say there's not really a space for a Shepherd between those two cars, but he's there.
Somehow everyone's managing to make it work, and Deck's just loitering in the background there as well. He's just waiting, and he's ready for it. He says, I see 3 cars that are potentially about to go spinning off to the side. I'll take 3 free positions. Happy days. Shepherd seems to be getting such a good run on Stevenson, but in really like unusable places.
That is unfortunate, yep, through these S's.
Same with Leebold there, he really got checked up going down bottom of the hill through T5, and that might make him susceptible now to Deck behind him.
And now we've got Malarin pulling himself back onto the back of this pack as well.
So yeah, this 4's about to be a 5, and
he might be bringing Meisters.
John Hindhaug's got a formula for the amount of cars that make a good race, and I think is it anything more than 5 and it starts becoming carnage, but anything less than 3 and it's not really a fight at that point, something like that. So we get close to that danger number.
Yeah, I think it maybe depends on the track as well. Like some tracks you might be able to manage 5, some aren't ever going to be.
Oh, that's a late move. Goodness, sorry to talk across you there. I saw Deck was kind of shaping up on Leebold, but didn't really defend it. Then at the last minute, Leebold just seemed to send it on Shepherd. But again, everyone lived to fight another day. And I just saw in the background of the camera shot as well, Hansvik again looked like he was all over the back of Ward. But yeah, they still stayed in the same positions as well. It's getting close. It's getting spicy out there.
It's very spicy. Yeah, no, Malarin is right on the Crowder as well. So expect fireworks at some point soon.
Yep, danger hours are here. It's like those early laps of patience have gone. The patience has worn off. The gloves are off. Everyone's warmed up and they're ready to go sparring.
Everybody from 6th to 10th or 5th to 9th just went red as they went off
England
track.
Yeah, they are definitely pushing the limits. Again, you look to the standings, there's so many cars in orange there denoting how close they are to the car in front of them, and Shepherd is almost pushing Stevenson round T7. This is going to be an absolute train heading down towards 10A and 10B. But the thing is, when you're in a train like this, everyone behind the leader gets the same slipstream, so no one really makes ground on each other than the leader of the train. So Stevenson might be in trouble here.
Indeed, Shepherd's going to have a look on the inside. He's close enough. How confident is he on the brakes?
Switch the chopper shot, great line for Shepherd. Oh, it just runs out of the momentum a little bit. He's going to keep it pinned around the outside. This is going to get really spicy heading down through the final corner towards the line. There's some lovely trees there, and it is still Shepherd on the outside of Stevenson. He's hit the back of him. Sideways moment for Stevenson. Saves it. What a great save that was. They're going to be 3 wide across the line. Malarin's going to get involved as well. We knew he'd be there. Going to be 3 wide into T1. That's not going to work.
Leebold. Hey, looks like they've got some bowling at T1. Is it 3 cars off the track there? Camera's not looking at it though.
Parker's dropped 2 positions and all that as well. Don't know what happened there.
Full disclosure, I was going to pull over up the hill and let you by.
Leebold has
I feel really bad for that.
Well, there's that
So
danger
take a
number
permit
that we said
next week,
about.
boys.
And we also said about Deck just hanging off the back ready for the 3 cars in front to take each other out, but in the end he was actually one of those 3 cars, and it's Malarin that benefits with 3 positions on a plate for him. Look at these leading guys here. This is what, P2, 3 and 4 absolutely throw a blanket over them.
Yeah, what? What's happened? Oh,
Here.
here's a replay.
Well, that was a horrendous corner cut. It wasn't even the same postcode as the Apex, it was so far inside it.
I mean, I was going to mention that Parker was not letting Brown go, but I didn't have a chance because of all that on-screen action. But obviously now he's cut the corner, and that's let. Oh no!
Oh!
It's like 25 there. Come across his bumper.
everyone loves a crash in a straight line. What on earth happened there? And Maxwell's, he got the run, but he got parked as well. I think Parker just tried to recover whatever he could from the end off the track in the chicane there as well, then, didn't he? That was a wild moment. I wasn't really paying attention. I just suddenly saw there was a car sideways. Here's a replay of T1 last laps. Yeah, 3 wide in. And, Deck starts to turn in. Stevenson starts to turn in. Looks like Leopold doesn't really match the shape of the line a little bit there. That's unfortunate because that was shaping up to be a real battle. And I think, if anything, for me, I think Leopold actually looked like he had the most pace out of those sort of 3-4 guys there. So, really unfortunate for him. Obviously, he just took the win in the race before, so how he thought to change. And yeah, that was. What do you make of that one down the straight there?
It looks like Hanswick wasn't quite aware that Parker was still there, and it looked like he came across slightly. As far as I can see, I only got a quick look there.
Yeah, it's a tricky one as well. Even if you look at the track map there, while there's no cars on it, the back straight isn't straight. So they're like the tarmac lines, aren't they, on the floor that you can see one there in the shot. So yeah, that makes it challenging when the straight isn't straight anymore and people are trying to go around a corner side by side. But yeah, looks like, did everyone live to fight another day? Hanswick's dropped a few positions.
He has, Parker looks like he got away with it. I was going to say, I mean, it's a very wide track, so there was no need to really be that close to each other, at least until the braking point. And
I mean, how close were they to Ward? Was he maybe making a move on Ward and kind of just lost place of Parker? Maybe as he pulled out. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Maybe it was hunting for a toe, but yeah, I didn't see. But need to see again.
Yeah, the replay monkeys, were very grateful for them. Whoever's giving them the peanuts, please keep doing so. But monkeys more, please, give us more. Nice little onboard had been good for that as well, just to see sort of how the cars were sort of positioned to each other. You know. But yeah, flexing one. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if we do get any more replays. But it's allowed John Brown to absolutely run away, and the Ward to absolutely run away in second as well. And it's Parker and Maxwell again, just like race one.
Yeah, and then Shepherd, not too far back from them.
Yes, yeah, 100%. So Shepherd managed to survive that T1 shenanigan, did he?
Yeah, so he kind of instigated the first contact, didn't he, into the last corner, and then that's what caused everybody to be together, but I think he managed to just get ahead of them. And then he was on comms saying he was going to let them past after that, possibly, so... This is the
so I wonder if with the contact he gave to Shepherd up the back end there, if he to Stevenson, if he sort of backed back out to give him position back, and in the end that got all of those three past him. So then when they all took themselves out, it was just Shepherd and Malaren just sitting there picking up the pieces. But here we go, the familiar sight from race one, but now in the actual correct order, as John Brown can take the win. Race 2 here, Road Atlanta. David Ward gifted on a plate from a slowdown into P2, and Parker survives and immediately pulls over. He'll be fumed, I'm sure. Maxwell in 4th. Shepherd, very, very respectable and notable 5th there from Malaren. Meesters takes the bronze win there from Miles this time around. Hanswick, Chris White, Deck Crowther, David Williams and Leopold and Stevenson not able to finish the race after that turn 1 problem towards the end of the race there.
Well, I mean, that was a bit more chaotic in the middle, probably more chaotic than the first race, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. The incident at the start of race 1 spread it out, and then it was kind of coast to finish, wasn't it? Whereas this one was just like a simmering pot of potatoes that slowly overboiled. Yes,
I would say that's an accurate description. Good points for Meesters there in the bronze, and obviously White making up 34 points on everybody in silver.
Well, yeah, Chris White's he's driven a great silver race just there to fend off his competition tonight.
Exactly, his competition of none.
No, how do you reckon Chris will fare in the third race coming up? Because
I don't know, he's got stiff competition. You might not do it. Oh, wow, we've got an all bronze pole position here, front row.
What could possibly go wrong?
The thing is, the cars, they're all so close. They were all in the second of each other qualifying, so plenty, but I mean, if it's clean, they might hold them off. It's quite tricky to pass here, as we've seen.
Yes, yeah, that is true. So, the reverse grid position there must have been the P8 then. So, it seems to get drawn more often than not, which is bizarre considering what's the range, like 6 to 10, but it just seems to be 8 very often, which is bizarre maths, but whatever. guess it happens. So it'll be P8 reverse. So yeah, like you say, bronze, and then Turing P3 was it? That'll be feisty, I'm sure. Shark attack off the line.
Depends if he remembers how to start the car.
True. Here we go then, let's find out. It's green for the final race here of round 5. Malaren does indeed know how
look,
to
he's
start
got
the car,
both of them, and it's
4
wide.
There's one in the grass, a pass in the grass for Shepherd. He's going to be P2. He's going to look around the outside of Malaren into T1. Tucks in line as they head up the hill. They have not gone for patience this time. They rarely can afford to do in these reverse grid sprint races, and it's Parker taking Meester side by side. They're just about tuck in. Ward's got held just behind his championship. We call him a rival at this point. There's 200 points going into this round, but certainly P1 or 2 in the championship. And John Brown's going to take Hansvik side by side down the S's. Great drive from both of them two to survive as Leavold looks to survive whatever happens in front of him and get a good run off T5. We've got Stevenson pushing deck down the back half a straight. It's not the real back straight, but it leads down to the double right hand and then leads on to the back straight. So Stevenson a long way down. That was of course finished the last race in the pits, didn't he? So
he did, yes.
Chris
where's White?
Hasn't started this one. Yeah.
We're saying about him having a bit of a struggle against his rivals of none. I mean, he is, because he doesn't seem to be on the track.
And he still gets the victory. Presumably sets a lap, he'll get the fastest lap. Well played, Chris. Nice.
Well, hopefully he can make it onto the track at some point.
Indeed. Barreling down the straight then for the first time, so Malaren maintains it from Shepherd. Shepherd not letting him run away from it though, and Maxwell's in a very good P3 at the minute. Philip Miles still holding up in P3 there, but sort of P4, which is great for him, and leading bronze of course. Parker's looking hungry behind him, and then Meester's clinging on. Ward from Brown, Hansvik still in that order we saw from down the S's in the first lap.
So Williams makes his way past Stevenson on the leaderboard there. I mean, all the gaps just then were all orange or yellow. It's just like one uninterrupted
100%.
snake of cars.
It is absolutely throw a blanket over the
Oh.
time, and there's the first break in it. Oh, Miles cut straight back onto the track. That was scary to watch. Meesters have been thrown from it as well. Ward's having to check up in the middle of it. Everyone seems to survive somehow. That was an interesting rejoin.
It was, and
he's still serving the slowdown.
so that's the slowdown. So he rejoined, like maybe realised he had done it badly, and then just dove off the track again.
Yeah, look at the gap that Parker's lost there to Maxwell now, though. That was, that was unfortunate for him. Everyone did well to survive that, though, because there must have been some massive concertinas in the back from the check-up.
Indeed. And still no White. Wonder what's gone on with him.
Yeah, I'm assuming it must have been hardware, because Chris loves a good scrap no matter who he's racing, so keep joking about the silver fight, but I'm absolutely adamant that he wanted to grid up and fight anyone he could find on track. As we see a big move from Shepherd, we saw that in the last race as he made it stick as he looks up the inside of Mallara, and they end up side by side, and again he'll get that run round. We saw how this ended in the previous race though, and now we've got two wizards lined astern as Maxwell's going to try and push his nose up the inside of Shepherd and get the move done. Shepherd almost runs out of road. Maxwell's not quite got the overlap anymore as they head down towards T1. There's a replay. I can't watch the replay. Look at it on screen.
Oh, yeah, it was just Ward being tagged by Brown, wasn't it, I think? But yeah, Shepherd wasn't having any of that bullying from the Wizards, and he's reasserted himself as being a Shepherd sandwich with wizard bread.
Shepherd sandwich indeed. So here is Philip Miles' previous lap. Yes, he just gets a bit of a snapper as he turns in and then cuts. It's such a difficult corner to rejoin there, isn't it? Because it feeds straight into the accelerating part of the S's.
It does, yeah.
The cars that are still on track are like up full chat, and then suddenly there's a car coming from stage left. But everyone survived it. And that little side-by-side moment at the end of the previous lap, start of this lap, has allowed Parker back onto the back of this 4. So it's a little air gap to Meesters, but I'm sure that will close soon as well if we keep on battling. Parker's got bit of overlap as he on Maxwell. He pulled out a little bit anyway, so see if we can get some side drafting action, and that gap is coming down ever so slightly.
Yeah, he's in a position
to have stalled.
Go for it round the outside in chicane. Maxwell's going to make sure he has as little room as possible.
Oh, a little bit of contact there on 10B exit.
Looks like he lost a bit of momentum on the curb as well.
How tight do you want it?
It's
Maxwell
slingshot
keeps
here.
the position, and we've got Shepherd side by side with Malaren going down to T1. Fastest lap for Ward behind them, and Shepherd has got that overlap there. We're not going to see it. He'll have to watch the numbers. We're back in the mid-pack where, of course, it is Bedlam, but Shepherd has not got the move done. I'm surprised by that because it looked like it was well alongside. Oh, Parker looked like he was being a nuisance there. That's not somewhere you really want to have a car. But look at Shepherd! Let's go!
He doesn't know about Cher's reputation. He wants that first place.
Yeah, can't have a reputation of his own. Let's go. Absolutely all over the back of him. So, yeah, we saw Parker shoving his nose up the inside of Maxwell at the top of the hill. It's not paid off for him, and now actually Ward's all over the back. We're back to like one single snake pretty much, aren't we? The gap that had opened up have absolutely disappeared again. Chris White fully showing us out, so I guess he's logged off from the server. He will take his winning medal and trophy and go and cash it in. Did he still get a trophy for a did not start? Oh, hang on, pit exit.
Oh, he's back. He must have rejoined.
Proves me a liar. And there he is, Chris White.
Oh,
congratulations on your silver victory.
indeed, yeah. He's
And
4
fastest
laps down,
lap.
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that screams of hardware failure, doesn't it? Like a packet loss sort of thing.
Yeah, hardware, or maybe his power cut or internet failure, who knows. But yeah, Crowder looking at Stevenson here with Miles waiting for the, hopefully waiting for a crash.
Oh, Miles got the slowdown, didn't he? I was trying to wrap my brain because him and Meester started side by side on the grid, didn't they? The lead, but
Side by side.
Side by side contact there. But yeah, we saw Miles get that slowdown corner cut, didn't we? So that will have dropped him a long way down,
So
as you can see.
these drivers are quite familiar with each other from the SRL that they race in. Is that the case?
Yeah, I believe so. Certainly they're more familiar with each other than sort of with the rest of the league, I guess. They've raced together more times than with the LOA. So yeah, I wonder if there's any existing rivalries between them, or if they're just happy to sort of know each other's limits, I guess.
Yeah. No, I was just saying the way they were racing looked like they're familiar with each other. They're comfortable to go side by side with each other through that corner in particular.
Which brave, very brave.
Well, Parker's caught Maxwell up again. Whilst we saw that Brown was getting past
looking for a
Meesters.
move. That's a big move on the brake. He gets it done. That's yeah, it's not often you see one of those from Parker, so that's interesting. That's absolutely checked up Maxwell, and it's checked up Meesters. So Maxwell's under pressure from Ward, and Meester's been done by Hansvik on the exit of 10B there. Parker's it's the fastest lap for good measure, which is for me particularly impressive considering how offline he was into the chicane. So yeah, making some moves there. So Shepherd next in line for Parker, and Shepherd's just dropped that little bit off the back of Malaren there. So see if he's just doing a bit of a tyre cool down and a reset, ready to go again.
Yeah, I was wondering. I mean, he's closed it again, but I was wondering perhaps he cooked his tyres a bit on those moves he was trying to get past Malaren. It's fallen back a bit. But yeah, Parker is now right on him, less than a tenth.
Yeah, it almost worked like a slingshot getting past Maxwell, and now he's got side by side with Shepherd, and that sort of looked like Shepherd made that quite easy. Was there a slowdown involved, or maybe he has just cooked his tyres and he doesn't really want to fight at this point?
Yeah, to me it looked like he maybe
surprising.
just lost his momentum.
Yeah, maybe had a wide moment down at T5 that we didn't quite see.
So this is a familiar sight from last season, Malaren and Parker.
Yeah, absolutely. It was in both positions, wasn't there? So either driver leading either driver. So
Yeah, I
bit
mean,
of a gap for Parker to try and chase down equal machinery. So we'll see how this one goes.
yeah, there was a few maybe like late attempts at passes from Malaren on Parker last season. The one that sticks out to me was the Long Beach one, where he used him to get around the corner and put him in the wall. I should say Parker's probably wanting some payback here.
I think the attempts were always successful because Malaren always came out on top.
Oh,
There's contact in the background there. That's Ward and Maxwell. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame because they were in perfect position to sort of get involved in that fight for the lead in the closing laps. Again, didn't really see what happened. Just looked up and there was a car sideways.
Again,
Maxwell
converging
was
lines
to
could
the
by
viewers
the looks
left.
of it. But yeah, we've got a meatball
Yeah.
from Maxwell.
Well, Ward's off the pace there, making it tricky for Stevenson there to get around him. But again, everyone survives. Here we go, bottom left. Let's have a look then. So we've got the lines on the floor. So let's have a look. Oh, I mean, it didn't really look like one driver moved any more than the other. Just
They kind of just
both
met
seemed to
in
look
the
like they were
middle.
following the. Yeah, exactly. They both looked like they were following the lines of the track, but yeah, somehow it just kind of all came together in one. We've got Parker almost pushing Mallory down the back straight here. Mallory, I think Mallory wants to keep the inside line there.
I would agree, but then if he had seen what Parker did last lap, or the lap before.
There's a little bit of contact on the exit there. He's got the run. He's got side by side. He back out. I don't know why the nose dropped down.
Still got a bit of
I'm not entirely sure. But
I mean, how many laps was last race? I forget now. We had like
I didn't look. I did notice that it said 6 to go, but there was a white flag. So
yeah, so maybe we've got 2 or 3 left.
2 or 3 to go. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Mallory was absolutely painting the white line down the back straight. As clear a message as you can give.
And this is let Shepherd right back onto them.
Yeah, it's a big gap to Brown as well. Brown wasn't caught up with the Ward Maxwell, was he? I think he was the opposite side of it, in fact. So maybe I had to check up as he saw them spinning. And if these three start fighting, he'll be back there in no time at all. So everyone needs to watch out. It's a little 3-car battle of his own here. We've seen Hansvik very much on the pace, especially with last round at Okayama. So let's see what this pair of Civics can do against John Brown, who threatened us with changing cars and then didn't bother. What's that all about?
I mean, I did tell him he'd lose all his points. That didn't seem to bother him, but maybe he slept on it and realised that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's quite the points haul is accrued as well in a short time. So yeah, it would have been quite wasteful. Kind
Would
of
have been a
to throw them
shame,
away,
indeed.
wouldn't it?
Can Meestus hold off Stevenson here?
No, doesn't look like it. They're both in the same velocity, aren't they? So Stevenson's got a good run. Who's better on the brakes? Oh, pretty equal. Miss is going to keep the momentum around the outside to keep it on track. Yes, Parks on the apex, gets a bit of a shove.
I was going to
And
say.
Stevenson looks like he's going to get that move done. A little bit of a push along. Get out way, come on, get going.
Oh,
And in the background, they're still side by side.
yeah, I was going to say. Still side by side, but Crowther's
they've
got
just
him as well.
swapped. Ah, yes, Steve, yes. I wonder how much the sort of as Rich came around the final corner, he just dipped wheels into the grass coming across the start-finish line. I wonder how much that slowed him down and momentum lost. But Ward's back in this as well. I thought he was damaged beyond repair. And,
I think he came off
basically
better. I
heading for
think
the
it
pits,
was Maxwell that went into the wall, maybe protecting Ward a bit.
yeah, sort of dissipated some of his speed. Maxwell has called it, was in the pits at least, and Chris White is back in the pits as well. So maybe he decided that 5 laps down wasn't the fight he wanted to fight.
Yeah, get his lap in, and then he can leave.
Go and watch what's left of the football. I think full times maybe happened by now, maybe onto extra time. So
Oh, here we go. It's round 2 into the chicane. Looks like Parker's a bit further back this time, though.
yeah, much further back in the Milan, didn't even need to defend that time. Heading down a little bit of a dip there. Parker looked on a tighter line there. Milan's going to be slow on exit. This is going to really open it up down the start-finish straight, and immediately starts to cover for an inside line. Parker's got momentum and nowhere really to go with it as they head onto the pit straight. We are not white flags, so we've got at least 2 to go. Parker ducks out, and Parker is alongside just about. They're going to be tight as they head through T1 and back up the hill. Shepard's just hanging back to watch and maybe pick up some more pieces, and there's side by side this contact for the millionth time between these two, and it has gone white flag in fact, so this is the final lap. They're going to be side by side down the S's. This is scary to watch, probably scary to drive. Oh, is that a little hip check down the bottom of the hill?
Look like it.
Parker's in the weeds.
Oh no, now
Parker's lost all his momentum.
Brown.
Here comes John Brown. Oh my goodness. Just alright, the last moment there. Yeah. What do you reckon to that one?
I mean, it didn't look like there was It looked like they were in the middle of the track together, and unfortunately Parker came off worse because he was on the outside. It looked to me like he came off the curb slightly, which pushed him into the middle of the track. Probably he didn't intend for that to happen.
Tricky little battle down the hill there, especially when the curbs are very much part of the racing line. The Shepherd's trying to get involved in here as well, having a look, and Leebold as well, having a look at Parker. Oh,
So Parker's held him off.
That looked tight. That looked tight. So it's going to be Malarin. More contact between him and Parker, and again Malarin comes out on top.
Oh wow, why just Shepherd there? He's happy. He's very happy with that second there.
Or just nearly had the biggest crash of the entire round.
I think he was still thinking he could get past.
What a race marathon, dude!
Shepherd.
Well,
happy.
there you have it. We didn't call them across the line. You can see the results on screen there, and they're about to pop up yet again with fastest lap and points attributed where relevant. So a little reward for Parker, I'm sure, after being in second and fighting for the lead. But he gets the fastest lap point.
Yeah, and
Beasters ends up winning the little bronze battle there, and Chris White, of course, winning the silver. Go on, Jules.
I was going to say, obviously, his Ward is down there in 10th, so Brown scored points on him, but Ward did not, so that would be advantage Parker. Don't expect
Brown, of course, though,
to be represented really in the championship battle. He's missed too much.
Yeah, missed quite a few rounds, hasn't he? Which is, well, we saw Greening do it, didn't we, as defending champion, but not show up to many of the rounds.
Doing a Rosberg.
Yeah.
So, penalty for Neil Stevenson. Oh, race one.
That's, yeah, that must have been top of the hill then, was it, on the first lap? I don't think we saw any more contacts after that, did we? And it was Leebold judged at fault for that T1 incident late in the race. But it doesn't affect position. And Shepherd, what did Shepherd do to anyone?
He did say sorry, didn't he? I think it was that little incident that started the whole thing with Leebold.
Yes, indeed.
So
here we go then. Here's how the championship is laying.
Yeah.
See the moves and shakers going. Was there some notable changes there that you were going to?
Well, Mike Murphy's come up 4. Sorry, down 4 because he's not here. I was going to say it's very close at the top between Parker and Ward. What else we got? No Murphy this time. Murphy's gone up around. How's Murphy gone up? He wasn't here. Malarin up 11. Kelly not here. He's down 2. And Shepherd up 16 with that fantastic second place there.
Yeah, Shepherd and Malarin. Malarin up 11, Shepherd up 16. Amazing what can happen for Tio when he turns up. He suddenly goes shooting up the standings.
Yeah, I mean, say, if you're not Alex Murphy, you ought to turn up if you want to go up the standings.
Yes.
Miles as well, up 14. Taking advantage of the reduced field there.
Don't hear too much from Philip, do we? I'm not sure where he's been for a lot of this season.
Well,
yeah, a few of the common names and faces, a few of the regulars not racing today, of course, with the foosball. So I'm sure we'll see more cars
next race
and more of those names returning for the next one. Where is the next one, Jules?
It's let me just remember. Snetterton.
Lovely British Snetterton. And that's the other side of the mid-season break, of course, as well. So a few weeks of recuperation for everyone before they go.
Yeah, they're going to need it.
Swinging hammers again at each other. 50 drivers is quite a lot of drivers to watch scroll through, isn't it?
It is, yes. Yeah,
teams points will be interesting.
It's like
looking forward to seeing what the team points look like.
Yes. Let's see what's this done to the teams. Okay.
Big gap for Nebulama.
Indeed, yeah. Not helping Stuart Aguirre, one driver here only this race.
Yeah. And teams points, of course, a combined driver score per round, right? So that'll probably actually end up being maybe a drop round for Aguirre.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the team's score. As you say, the two drivers combined for that round. So if it's just one driver scoring, it's probably going to be a drop if they show up to all the other rounds.
2 guys, 1 car shooting up the order based on Shepherd
Shepherd will be a who needs Zach.
and Lamageddon.
And they are -4 points.
Talk me through that. How does that happen?
Well, Mark Kelly was on a penalty costing him 4 points, and he's taken those with him to the Lamageddon team due to how the spreadsheet's set up.
So I assume he must have got a 6-point race, but then lost 10 points.
No, it's just he
was
was subtracted 4 points from his total, and so he's taken that with him to the team.
So, what is his own total?
His own total is let me find him. 70 something, 73. So it should be 78, 77. Yep, it works, honestly.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. That's all, folks.
See you at Snap.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. The socials popped up. Do all the good stuff involved with those, and feel free to check out the website. Come join the Discord. Come race with us if you want to have us ramble over the top of your exploits on track.
Come chat about spreadsheets and formulas.
Yeah, and try and work out how 70 minus a penalty equals -4. We'll leave that for another day. Any closing words, Jules?
Wibble.
Wibble wobble.
Good night.